Hello and welcome back to another video on the rest of the way and to another edition of NXT 2.0 out of 10. It's a big show today because of course it is the go home show before NXT deadline. We've got the qualifiers for the Iron Survivor Challenge, the last person in each one to be revealed. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this week's episode of NXT, and let's get straight into it. We kicked off with the first of those triple threat matches, Axiom v Von Wagner v Andre Chase. Von Wagner was in control early and Axiom and Chase ended up teaming against him. The duo got a double suplex on Wagner before Axiom hit a dive to the outside. Chase tried to roll up in the ring but Wagner broke it up. Axiom then hit a standing moonsault on Chase before Wagner tossed them both out. Chase hit Wagner with a powerbomb before getting a suplex on Axiom. The three traded holds in the ring before Axiom got the win off the golden ratio kick while Chase was distracted. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a really good match. Axiom as well, he's really over at the moment. I'm loving him at the moment. And yeah, I think he could well be a contender to win this. So yeah, it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really good stuff. Right winner. And yeah, fun match to kick off the show. Julius Creed was then being checked on by a doctor backstage in NXT and turned out that he was not fit to compete as his ribs were sore. Before Apollo Crews and Bron Breakker were having a fishing trip and Crews caught some fish while Bron couldn't. Apollo remarked that it wasn't Bron's day and neither would be NXT deadline. I love this feud, it's just so weird how they're all fishing and all that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the match on Saturday, that'd be great. Jamie Alba now is set to take Brace and Montana, but in the show attack last before the match could begin. The Creed brothers then came out to stop the attack but weren't allowed to interfere before it's time for Tony D versus Xion and Quinn. Tony got a big shoulder block early on before Quinn recovered and hit several big shots on Tony in the opening. D'Angelo got in control again, but Quinn came back with Samoan drop. Tony then rolled out of the ring and took out Xion before dragging him back in the ring and hitting a flatline finisher for the win. After the match, he took the mic and called out Wesley. Lee said he had business with Dijak first and D'Angelo could wait. Dijak then appeared on the title and tried to hold both Lee and Tony. Stacks hit Lee with a cheat shot before the latter escaped. And yeah, 6 out of 10. It seems like we're going after Dijak. It makes perfect sense, to be honest. Another entertaining D. He's got an entertaining character, so yeah, it's fine. 6 out of 10. Next up was Charlie Dempsey versus Hank Walker. Walker got a body slam before Dempsey went to send grapples and holds in the ring. Both being the least technical wrestler on the roster, Hank resorted to more body slams and a gun wrench suplex. Gulak then showed up on the ramp as Dempsey locked in a Kimura lock in the ring. Walker broke out of the hold and got some splashes before being caught in a leg lock. Dempsey then transitioned to the knee bar and picked up the win. So yeah, it's interesting to see what Gulak's doing there. Very interesting. Of course, there was a mention to William Regal here, which is obviously a big moment, as we know he's likely to come back to WWE, maybe NXT as well. That'd be great to see. But yeah, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Fine match, intrigued to see where Gulak goes. And yeah, probably the right winner as well. Pretty Deadly were then reciting a poem for Christmas dressed as Santa and an elf. It was then a poem about how it was a year before the New Day showed up. Did not see that coming. Xavier and Kofi asked about who would get the NXT title shot at deadline and signed themselves up. A brawl broke out and New Day came out on the top after kicking the champs off the apron. So yeah, we're getting Pretty Deadly versus the New Day. I mean, New Day haven't been doing too much on the main roster recently, but still, yeah, big surprise to see them here. Did not see that coming at all, really. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see where that goes. I really feel like it could go either way. And either way, it's going to be a pretty crazy result, really. Even New Day becoming NXT champions, or Pretty Deadly defeating probably one of the greatest teams of all time. So yeah, definitely intrigued to see where that goes. A surprising segment, but with the New Day, as always, it was definitely a fun one as well. But anyway, it was then time for Isla Dawn versus Tia Hale. Tia Hale was taken down early by Isla, but before the latter got a big knee strike. Dawn then hit Meteor and an uppercut before Hale came back with some takedowns and a suplex. Hale got a near fall before Dawn got an inverted DDT for the win. Alba attacked Dawn after the match and Isla escaped after hitting a referee with the poison mist. And yeah, obviously comfortable win for Isla here, and you know, it's just really about building up for her match with Alba at the pay-per-view, and it did a good job there, kind of put her over as a heel, so yeah, really it did what it needed to do, so yeah, gets a 5 out of 10 from me overall. Yeah, not much to write home about, but you know, I suppose it did its job. But anyway, it's then time for Anofi and Blade versus Briggs and Jensen. Anofi and Blade took control of the match early and sent Briggs and Jensen outside. Von Wagner then Odyssey Jensen started to brawl at ringside before Briggs and Jensen picked up the win with a double team move. And yeah, this was just really short. Not much to say about it at all, really. Lots of distraction and all of that. It kind of has to get a 5 out of 10 from me. It's just a bit nothing towards it. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm too into this storyline with Wagner and James. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see where it goes, really. But anyway, before the next match, Kiana James then sent a letter to Brooks and Jensen via her assistant inviting him to NXT deadline. They made fun of him and Mads since James was trying to get in her head. So yeah, it was then time for the next match between Indy Hartwell, Fallon Henley and Wendy Chu. And obviously that's to determine who would get into the match at the pay-per-view pay-per-view. Indy was in control early, and Chu and Henley teamed up against her. Indy got a big boot on Henley at ringside before kicking away at Chu in the corner. Henley then got a big elbow on Chu and Indy, but the following pin was broken. Chu then hit a big brainbuster for a near fall on Henley before hitting a frog splash in the corner. Hartwell broke up the following pin and tossed Chu outside before getting the pin. And yeah, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me as well. Yeah, the match wasn't that great. I don't know, I personally wasn't as picked Indy Hartwell. I mean, I don't mind it, but yeah, I think there's probably some better Henley and Chu. I'd probably would have rather seen them in there, to be honest. But yeah, it gets 5 out of 10 maybe. Match was okay, I wasn't being on the winner. Grayson Waller then hosts his talk show with JDAC Jackson, JD McDonough and Carmelo Hayes. Waller got questions from the chat as if he was live streaming. The guys started arguing about who would win. JD said that he had the biggest gas tank, and Axiom noted he would do what he always does, innovate. Waller then called Axiom the spider flop before. Latter said he wants to be the first ever to enter the match. McDonough threatens for Axiom in the hospital before Gacy said he wanted the last spot in the match. A brawl broke out and Waller hit a big dive on the group outside before officials broke it up as NXT went off air. And yeah, kind of the typical, it's kind of like contract signing, but it's 6-man. Yeah, I mean, it's still its job, I suppose. Put over the fight on thingy, that's what we're really going to do. But anyway, overall NXT this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I don't know, it felt kind of a bit like a funny episode of NXT this week. Obviously we had the Bills to deadline, but a lot of it just kind of felt like short, snappy matches, kind of what we were more used to in the early days of NXT 2.0. So there we go. But yeah, it gets 6 out of 10 from me. But anyway, guys, that's no video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, rate, comment, down below, follow for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.